to both coaches.
No, he bought cookies to that coach.
Is he still a prominent referee in the NBA?
Yes, he is.
How prominent?
Very.
You know, New Orleans won the draft lottery, which, of course, produced the usual round of speculation that maybe the lottery was fixed. I know that you appreciate a good conspiracy theory as much as the next guy. Was the fix in for the lottery?
I have two answers for that. I'll give you the easy one. No, and a statement. Shame on you for asking.
You know, I understand why you would say that to me, and I wanted to preface it by saying it respectfully. I think it's my job to ask because I think people wonder.
No, it's ridiculous, but that's okay.
I know that you think it's ridiculous, but I don't think the question is ridiculous because I know people think that.
Stop beating
I'm
your
not
wife
saying
yet?
I'm not saying that I do, but I think it's my job to ask you that.
Have you stopped beating your wife yet?
Yeah, I don't know if that's fair.
Why is that?
Because I think that and I know you read your emails, and I'm sure you follow things virally and on Twitter. People really do think it, whether it's fair or not.
Well, they think it because people.
You don't think the question's fair to ask if your fans think it?
Silly questions. I expect it to be written about, and I commented last night at my presser that there was one guy who I won't dignify by naming says, I have no reason to know anything, and I don't know anything, but I tell you I believe it's fixed. Okay, that's good. Why is that? Well, because this team won it, and if that team won it, it would have been fixed also, and if that team won it, it would have been fixed also, and if every team was invited to have a representative there, and if there were 4 members of the media there, and if Ernst & Young certified it, you still think yes. So I
think two things. Which response to this? I think two things. Number one, I don't think so. I don't think so, and I'm not covering myself. I don't think so, but I think by asking the question, it would not suggest that I think so. But the one thing I would say, the league does own the team, does it not?
Yes.
Does that not make the question fair?
I don't think so. Number one, we sold it. We're going to close this week. We already have established our price. I think that if it had gone to Michael Jordan which was the next team up with in terms of a high percentage, there was David's take care of his friend Michael, and if it had gone to Brooklyn, which is going into Barclays Center, it would have been fair to speculate, I suppose, that we want to take Brooklyn off of the mat. So there was no winning, and people write about it, and it's okay to write about it, and we sort of expect it, but that's not a question that I've been asked before by a respectable journalist.
I think I understand why you're frustrated by that. I think that I understand why that would upset you. I would hope that you would not hold that against me.
I wouldn't hold it against you. You and I have been into more contentious discussions than that.
I don't know. I'd put that one right up there.
Well, it's good copy, and you do things sometimes for cheap thrills.
I did not do that for a cheap thrill. That's not what that was.
Well, it sounded like it.
No, not at all. See, that's my point. That's where you and I, that's our point of disconnect. That was not a cheap thrill, and I was not throwing anything against the wall, and I was trying to be as respectful as possible. I'm just saying that people wonder about that. And I don't want to ask you a question by, here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to say, hey, Commissioner, people would say, because I'm going to ask a direct question. But people did wonder. But that was not a cheap thrill.
Well,
I got no thrill out of that.
It's a cheap trick.
No, flopping is a cheap trick.
No. But listen, you've been successful in making a career of it, and I keep coming on.
Making a career of what, though? Commissioner said that I take great offense to that. Making a career of what?
What offense?
Cheap thrills?
Are you taking offense?
I am now. Now I am. If you're saying that I've made a career of making cheap thrills.
Time, taking on the world, and now Jim Rome is pouting. I love it.
No, I'm not pouting. I take offense. There's a difference between pouting and taking offense. I take offense to that like you took offense to the question. What if I said, were you pouting when I asked the question?
Taking offenses. You want to hang up on me?
No, I can't hang up on you because I'm running out of time. I would never hang up on you.
Okay. Listen, I got to go call somebody important like Stephen A. Smith now. He's up next.
All right, you go make that call, and I'll go talk to somebody else too, I guess, myself.
All right.
All right, Commissioner. Have a nice day. I did not hang up on him. We are officially out of time.
Thumper, do you want to explain what happened in this argument?
What has happened is that the New Orleans Hornets were in financial difficulty, and the NBA took over the team so that the NBA now owns the Hornets. The Hornets ended up being one of the worst teams in the league, and when they entered the draft, when the draft lottery came about, they ended up becoming the #1 pick, being selected for the #1 pick. So Jim Rome's asking, was it rigged for the Hornets to get the #1 pick? And that's how the argument ensues.
When Tim Donaghy is released from prison, he makes a circuit for sports talk shows.
Tim, let me ask you a question. The LeBron treatment, the Kobe treatment, as for the casual NBA fan, anyone who's been watching the Cavaliers-Celtics series right now, really what you're saying answers a lot of questions. LeBron James doesn't get fouls called on him, gets a lot of fouls called on the other team when he attacks the rim, and also the guy travels almost every time he goes to the rim. There was a certain play in Game 1 and in Game 2 where they slowed it down on the TV. The guy took 4 steps. The announcers were almost laughing about it on the air, and I think that adds a lot of credence to what you're talking about the group supervisors meetings.
Yeah, there's no doubt that, with Michael Jordan, there was a certain set of rules, and moving forward as he left the game, there were other players that are put on pedestals that, receive special treatment, whether it's, letting fouls go on them or having fouls called for them as they go to the basket. And certainly LeBron James and Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade are the golden childs right now for the NBA, and that's what they use to market the games. And they're the ones that they want to excel, and they're going to put them on a stage to be in the best position to do that, because that's what's going to sell those jerseys and sell those sneakers and sell those advertisements. And there's no secret that the way the referees are programmed and trained, that they give those players special treatment.
What they're saying is true. The biggest complaint I hear about LeBron James is they don't call him for walking and they don't call him for charging.
And the reason he gets this preferential treatment is that he is the corporate sponsor and he's selling all these shoes and the merchandise. So that's why they give him the special treatment. Okay, I'm here with Robert. Robert, you watch a lot of pro basketball?
Yes.
What do you think of LeBron James?
I think he's a good ball player. I don't think he's the best. He's not the greatest. He still has a lot to prove. 2 rings. Man, he could do better.
What type of shooter do you think he is?
I think he's more of a attack the paint type of dude. To me, he's a bully in the paint. He uses his weight to get around. Lots of travels.
Lots of travels?
Lots of travels.
That they don't call?
That they don't call.
Do you think he gets preferential treatment?
Oh, yeah. Because he's LeBron.
Longtime NBA referee Tim Donaghy made a series of videos during these playoffs, explaining the preferential treatment LeBron James and the Miami Heat were getting.
Greetings, everyone. Tim Donaghy here for RefPicks.com. Take a look at this play that I have lined up that shows how this game got so out of control last night. We knew at RefPicks.com we were all over the Miami Heat because of the way the officials were going to come out because of the loss of the Miami Heat in Game 1. They were going to get the benefit of the whistle. Take a look at this play where Shane Battier mugs Noah and is not called for a foul. Look what he actually does to him, and no whistle is ever blown. Take a look. The official is absolutely in panic mode here, running over there thinking they're going to fight, but yet never blew the whistle to stop the play.
If you listen closely to what Tim Donaghy is saying, ABC and ESPN are giving LeBron special treatment.
Greetings, everyone. Tim Donaghy here to discuss the Chicago Bulls and Miami Heat Game 4. Last night, with 29.1 seconds left in overtime, and the Miami Heat up 4 points, a pivotal play takes place. LeBron James clearly walks twice and is able to get away with it and put a basket in the hoop that is the final dagger in Chicago's heart. His right foot is clearly his pivot foot that he moves twice. That final play and final basket pretty much ends the game for Chicago and ends the series at this point. The funny thing is, Steve Kerr and Reggie Miller, who are the analysts on the game, don't even mention it. Further, as the highlights are played all night and all morning, guys like Tim Legler, Vinny Del Negro, and Brent Barry go through the highlights and never mention that pivotal play. I can assure you that when Dallas and Miami meet next week in the NBA Finals, Mark Cuban will be screaming from the top of his lungs when LeBron James is able to get away with the travel like he's gotten away with in these series over the past couple weeks. If you remember Game 4 in Boston, he was able to get a pivotal travel violation not called on him with 44 seconds left that sent that game into overtime that Miami eventually won.
The Miami Heat achieved the second longest win streak in NBA history at 27 games, starting February 3rd, 2013 and spanning for 53 days. They fell 6 victories short of the league record 33 set by the 1971-72 LA Lakers. During the Miami Heat's 27-game win streak, the Heat took more foul shots than their opponent in 21 of the 27 games. Okay, I'm with Russell. Russell, you watch a lot of pro basketball?
Yes, I do.
What do you think of LeBron James?
Crybaby.
Greetings, everyone. Tim Donaghy here again to discuss the 2011 NBA playoffs. I have a play lined up that's going to show you the star status that James and Wade get in the NBA playoffs. There's a foul here called on Carlos Boozer, which is key because it's his third foul. It sends him to the bench, and it also prohibits him from playing aggressively on the defensive end when he comes back in the game, and it's clearly not a foul. You can see how Wade is pushing him off of his spot, but yet he gets called for the foul. I think Boozer's in shock, just like Tom Thibodeau, the coach of the Chicago Bulls. I can assure you next week in the NBA Finals that if the Dallas Mavericks are called for these types of fouls, as the Chicago Bulls were, that they won't have the chance that they should have in competing fairly in the NBA Finals. I think Mark Cuban is going to be in constant contact with the NBA League office to make sure the rules are enforced such as they are written in the NBA rulebook. Stay tuned. It's going to be very important to see how these crews of officials are put together in the NBA Finals starting next week.
Okay, I'm here with Hector. Hector, you watch a lot of pro basketball?
Yeah, I try to watch as much as I can while I'm not working.
What do you think of LeBron James?
I think he's overrated. He gets a lot of foul shots that he shouldn't get. Just not a very good shooter from the outside, if you ask me.
What type of defensive player do you think he is?
He doesn't really play defense. He gets most of his points off just playing offense. I mean, if you look at the finals, Tony Parker and whoever just rolled right by him.
Do you think he gets a lot of preferential treatment?
Oh, yes, he does. That was evident in last year's final when he got a lot of foul calls that he shouldn't have gotten.
Greetings, everyone. Tim Donaghy here again to discuss the NBA Finals in 2011. I have a play lined up here today that's going to show you the iconic treatment that LeBron James is given, not only from the league office and the officials, but even from the commentators.
Catch him at the rim. If anything, that could have been an offensive foul wiping away.
An offensive foul for wiping away. That's a borderline flagrant foul, penalty 1, to where Dallas should have received 2 shots and the ball on the side. Further, as we go down the other end, LeBron James clearly takes his off arm, puts it into the neck of J.J. Barrera, and is able to free himself to shoot a jump shot, and no mention of an offensive foul at all from Jeff Van Gundy.
He's the best player on the planet. I'm not taking that guy out. But interesting, little 2-2-1 press right now to try to slow them, and now they fall back into their zone. New Orleans Mavericks with their first lead. That's 7-point turnaround. They're going to trail by 6. J.J. Barrera, ball out by tap on LeBron James. James took Marcos to that. Close to being a full foul.
No mention from Jeff Van Gundy on a clear out in order to allow James to shoot his jump shot. Not only did he get away with that offensive foul, he got away with another offensive foul, 2 travels, and a clear foul on Jason Terry shooting a three-pointer at 5:43 to go in the game. Why doesn't Jeff Van Gundy just take the NBA championship trophy and give it to LeBron James and the Miami Heat?
This is just another example of where the broadcasters are giving LeBron special treatment. It should have been an offensive foul on the push-off on Barrera, and it should have been probably a flagrant foul on the foul on Terry. But they're saying it might have been an offensive foul on Terry instead. Just special treatment all the way around.
The 2010 to 2011 Miami Heat rose to 58 wins and 24 losses. In the playoffs, they beat the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round, the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Chicago Bulls in the conference finals, all in 5 games. Most fans believe these playoff matches were all rigged for the Heat to win.
Wade for 3. It's 4 Heat players around him. Terry's wide open and gets it to go. Terry now 3 of 9 from the field. Remember their great comeback against Oklahoma City. Unfortunately, they're playing against a better team, but they have the ability to put on a big spurt if their 3-ball gets going. That was the game they were down 15 with just under 5 remaining, forced the overtime, and then won in overtime. Kid throws it ahead to Terry, and Terry layups. So a couple of quick buckets as they're exposed in corner 3. But of his 13 field goals tonight, 10 of them have come in the paint. His attacking style, and again, so many of them off those turnovers, that has been the story. As Dallas turning it over. James, he thought he got hit in the rim, stopping the ball. His kid throws it ahead to Marion. Terry. Foul by Chalmers, so Dallas will go to the line with 5:21 remaining. You know the play we just saw, giving some opportunities to penetrate off the ball versus having the ball where the defense is staring at him. Good screen by Bosch, frees up the defense, and he just misses a point-blank layup, but I like the strategy. He's got to work on his ability to finish. Terry hits a pair. So Terry has scored 6 straight, 14 now for Terry. They've got it back down to single digits, a 9-point game. Dallas with their much improved defense, that's what they need now. Stops. This was a 2-point game earlier in the 4th. It ballooned to 15. Bosch knocked away by Kidd. still Miami ball. They've got 5 to shoot. Ball with 5 seconds on the shot clock. They're supposed to be calling out a play from the sideline. Chalmers on the drive, back to Bosch with 1 on the clock. Here comes Dallas again. Ball deflected. Game 1 was close down the stretch. It was a 4-point game with under 4 remaining. And again, the Heat turned it up defensively. Alex trying to make it come back into it. Shot clock at 8. Nowitzki against Bosch. Spin. Marion the drive. Flips it up. Banks it in. Difficult shot from Marion. And it's a 7-point game. 8 straight points now. The crowd's got a little quiet here. Now ball down to can you get stopped? Can you continue to get enough stops to allow your offense to get back into this game? An 8-0 run in 2 minutes. James is right at Chandler and draws the foul. Chandler not happy with the call. James go to line, only the 34th time tonight. 5 on Chandler.
Well, again, good defense initially by Bosch, but give Marion credit, attacking the closeout. And I thought down here, Tyson Chandler did a good job going straight up, avoiding the foul, but he got called for it.
James has missed both of his free throws tonight. Again, now he's only taken, this will only be his 5th free throw in the 2 games. Hard to tell that now we'll get a better angle here.
Now watch as the announcers want to replay the foul, but they don't show it to you because they don't want you to see that there is no foul.
Perhaps. It's both free throws, 20 for James. 9-point game as we get to 4 minutes remaining. Back up to Kidd. Wide open for 3. Knocks it down. Jason Kidd, a punch shot, and it's a 6-point game.
And again, the playmaking ability of Dirk Nowitzki forced the double team on the edge and then find a wide open team.
Boy, you've got to love the Mavericks fighting back again here on the road. There's a 15-point lead for Miami just a few minutes ago. Good ball denial from Terry. James falling away. Difficult shot. That misses. Nowitzki to rebound. Here come the Mavericks. Under 3.5 remaining. Nowitzki is open. Now a cookie for Burge. Back out to Kidd. Terry the drive. Terry the pull-up. It's good.
Moving and try to create open shots. And right now, it's got to be Dwayne Wade to play pick and roll basketball.
Wade looking, finding Coons inside the Bosch. Chandler right up on him. Bosch on the drive, lost it out of bounds. Dallas ball. What a turnaround here in the 4th quarter. It looked like Miami had blown the game open, and the Mavericks fighting back. Nowitzki puts it up, puts it in. 2-point game with 2:43 remaining. A 15-2 run.
And I like the set they've run the last 2 times. A standard pick and roll for Jason Terry. More traffic, more difficult rotation to Nowitzki.
Haslam is fouled on the rebound. Mavericks with a chance to tie or take the lead. Going with the same exact thing. He almost lost it. Terry looking. Shot clock down to 8. Nowitzki off the dribble. Leans in. Shot blocked by James. Picked up by Kenny. Has to put it up. Alley-oop to Chandler.
All right, this is game 2 of the 2011 NBA Finals. There's a minute 59 to go, and Miami with White is just coming down with the rebound. This possession defines who LeBron James is. I'm going to walk you through the next minute We'll play it in real time. They're up by 2, and LeBron comes up. He will dribble the ball close to 24 times. I think it's 24 times I originally counted without making a pass. He'll dribble and dribble and dribble. Not passing, not running a play. No execution of a play. This is in the NBA Finals, remember. Loses the ball, now throws up some garbage. Wade out jumps Kidd for the rebound, gets the offense. So LeBron, because of the help of his teammate, gets an extra possession. Still, Miami's up by 2. To Bosh, Wade goes around, picks for Wade. Wade can't get it because Kidd's playing good defense. LeBron dribbles out top. Chalmers drives to Haslam. Haslam back to LeBron. LeBron's going to throw up some more garbage. Throws up another bad shot. Haslam comes up with another offensive rebound. Haslam comes up with another offensive rebound, giving Miami yet another possession. But when he goes up, Terry blocks the shot, scramble for the ball, frees it. Here's the ball. This is Jason Terry with the ball. There's Dirk Nowitzki, Chalmers. There's LeBron James, king of the world, and Sean Marion. This is the NBA Finals with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. Watch what LeBron James does here. Where is LeBron? Where is LeBron? He's walking up the court. Now they're going to show it from another angle. They're going to flip it around and show it from another angle to illustrate this more. But he is walking after not executing a play, showing up, throwing up 2 shots of garbage. Here's James. There's the ball. There's Nowitzki. Look at LeBron. He's standing there. He's walking up the court. Are you kidding me? In the NBA Finals. They're racing towards the championship, and LeBron is walking up the court. Did you guys see LeBron?
Yes, sir.
What did he say?
I asked him if he had change for $1. He said he only had 3 quarters, but not a fourth.
How dominant was Dirk Nowitzki in crunch time? Compare his stats to LeBron James. And after Game 4, there was some drama that made LeBron look like a jerk.
Oh, did y'all hear me cough? Think I'm sick.
Hey, this weather, man.
Weather is crazy.
It's hard to go from 85-degree weather and then go to 90.
Pretending to be sick, mocking him. I mean, I guess it's in the perception that was they were walking out a shootout.